It's so funny. This connection is so rickety. Hello?
What? Mama, you in the window.
I can't hear you, baby. I can't hear. Oh, my goodness, I can't hear you. I don't know
stop
what's
playing.
happening. The whole thing
Mama,
is all
don't play
messed
like
up.
that. Mama, where am I stay?
Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them. This season, we are making Whoopi, that's right, Whoopi Goldberg for this season, Hangin 10, where we pick 10 specially curated films for the actress's long career. This, of course, is number 12, so we're doing a good job of that so far. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is a young old polar bear, Joe Vekeman.
I'm right here.
He's right there, both young and old. And on the audio boards is Lev Van Rensselaer, reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmails.com. And our sponsor this week is Apple Macs. It's like a tiny microprocessor on every plate. I don't know if that is a cereal or a computer thing. I actually don't even know if it's a cereal, because cereal goes in a bowl, right? Not a plate, Lev?
From the last time I checked, I believe.
I don't know. Okay, he doesn't seem to know either. So Apple Macs, whatever they are, go enjoy them, I guess. Don't need them if they're a computer. Joe, what movie are we doing this week? This is finally the end of Whoopi, at least this initial spurt. We might come back for other ideas later on, but this is our last of the planned movies. And what movie is it?
This is our last bonus episode. We watched Tyler Perry's Nobody's Fool from 2018.
You said Tyler Perry's Anger Management?
No, Tyler Perry's Nobody's Fool.
Kind of is, though, like Anger Management a little bit.
Yes, I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
You're like, no, isn't it like this movie?
All right, what happens?
What happens in this? A woman is released from prison and reunites with her sister. She soon discovers that her sister is in an online relationship with a man who may not be what he seems.
So we did The Color Purple last week as a bonus episode because they had done the remake. We
Timed
did
up
this
pretty
one
well.
because like 4 weeks ago or whatever, I'd said, wouldn't it be great if Whoopi Goldberg and Tiffany Haddish were in a movie? And Joe had informed me that in fact they had. So we decided to add this one in too.
We did, which I liked. I thought that was a good idea because of this crazy trivia fact that you just mentioned. Tiffany Haddish co-stars with her idol, Whoopi Goldberg, for the first time. When Tiffany watched Jumpin' Jack Flash as a young girl, she used to fantasize about having Whoopi as her mother, and coincidentally, this is the very relationship they share in this film. It's just funny that Jumpin' Jack Flash, is that a motherly role? I want that one to be my mom.
I mean, maybe there were just so few movies with leading black women that she just took what she could get.
I think that's what she's saying, but
She's probably not being a 6-year-old watching The Color Purple and being like, I want that woman as my mama.
Yeah. I mean,
You certainly would have had your pick of choices in that movie.
Ghost, too. I mean, that was around the same time.
I would be very afraid for her if she watched that movie. It's like, I want that woman to be my mother. This con artist, fake psychic.
But they're both funny roles. I don't know.
Yeah, I listen, good for her. I like Jumpin' Jack Flash. What an interesting movie
I know.
to like have shaped your life, but I guess
It's only her second role,
that
remember?
was the problem with Hollywood. Her second real role. Let's not forget Citizen Joe.
We will never forget Citizen.
Not forget. Let's not be like every other human being on the planet and forget Citizen Joe.
This movie was shot in 10 days. Does it feel like it?
It's the
10
Roger
days.
Corman experience, huh?
Well, I mean, I think he gave them 4 days, but
But you know what? I'm not super surprised.
10 days, that's not a lot of time. Do you think Whoopi was there for the whole shoot?
Certainly not. No. There was a long period of time where I'm like, was she ever on set with anybody? I've only seen her do phone calls with people. And then finally she showed up at like somebody's house and I go, oh, thank God.
Yeah, outside the window.
That was a great scene.
That was
the funniest scene in the whole movie.
I agree. And you know what? That scene was in the trailer. I want to tell you something.
No.
85% of the Whoopi Goldberg scenes were in the trailer. So when I saw this trailer, I was like, wow, Whoopi's in this movie a lot. And then when I watched the movie, I'm like, But if you saw the trailer, you would think she's the star of this movie.
Oh, don't forget, it had Missy Pyle of Home Alone 4 fame.
Wow, that's where you're throwing her to? Yeah, Missy Pyle and Tyler Perry had just been in Gone Girl a few years earlier.
Oh, yes. So this came out before the pandemic or during the pandemic?
Do you know who else snuck into this movie from one of our past miniseries? Mr. Chris Rock. What do you think of Chris Rock in this?
Well, it's hard because I was really confused at first because of what they'd been setting up, and then they switched it on me near the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the guy that she was being catfished and that she was being catfished by Chris Rock. And based on the information we learned about the catfisher, I was very surprised by Chris Rock's portrayal and logic. So I thought that's weird. But then it turns out she wasn't actually being catfished. The problem I have with the movie is the script is very sprawling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was interested to hear your log line because I'm like, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on the catfish? Are you going to focus on the sister coming out of prison, like having to assimilate with life or get back with her family? Are you worrying about like this love triangle thing that's going on? Are you worried about like her emotional dilemma of having to deal with repressing her own feelings? Are you doing this families? There's so many things you could do, and by doing only a little bit of all of them, you've kind of weakened your overall film.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. The sprawling is perfect. Because I clocked the time because I was like about 55 minutes in the movie. The main character, but she goes back to see Whoopi, and they're having a conversation, and it's just like I'm like, is this the end of the movie? Because it's like summing up the whole like you gotta be like nice to your sister and you gotta like accept her and everything like that, and I'm like, yeah. Wait, there's another hour left of this movie, and there's like a whole plot that we haven't even touched. Like, it's crazy. Very strange. Yeah,
it seemed like the movie was set up to be this movie about these two sisters. Mm-hmm. There's like the one perfect one and the one screw up, and they're going to learn from each other. And this catfish thing is just like one of the many conflicts they're going to have and resolve by the end of the film.
Yeah, just seems like a little side plot.
Tiffany Haddish, despite being first billed, sort of takes a back seat, and it's just about this catfish thing. And I I'd go back to the sisters. I don't want the catfish. I don't care about that. I don't know who these hosts are. I never seen the show.
Yeah, it's definitely not Tiffany Haddish's movie. It's Tika Sumpter's movie, right? Even though Tiffany Haddish is the bigger star, so she's top billed.
Tiffany Haddish takes a while to come in, and if it had just been about the sisters, but Tika was still the main character, I'd still be on board. But Tiffany Haddish just kind of like fades away for portions of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's why it seems odd she gets top billed.
Well, I mean, maybe they only had her for like 4 days of the shoot. So, and it does.
They had to change the script. They're like,
it does feel like it was shaped like, hey, who do we have today? So we'll just make this plot a little longer.
It is kind of Roger Corman-esque.
An hour and like 45 minutes long. It's a long movie.
You said Tyler Perry made like 37 movies. Maybe he's like, this is the modern day Roger Corman equivalent, you know? He's doing like a Duplass thing. He's just fucking crapping them out.
He's not doing that. Hold on. I'm going through the Tyler Perry. We're doing the Tyler Perry thing now. Hold on. I'm pulling up his whole thing. Because he's not only got movies, he's doing TV now, so don't forget about that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's right.
Okay, so he did not direct Diary of a Mad Black Woman. He only wrote, produced, and acted in it, but that's like the first Medea movie, right? Yep, that's it. That's the first one.
Yeah, you know, Chris and I saw that in theaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then we got these are 6 consecutive years. 2006, Medea's Family Reunion. He writes, directs, produces, and acts. The same year, 2007, Daddy's Little Girls. Why Did I Get Married? I don't think those are Medea movies. We'll know by the Medea movies because it'll say her name in front of it, right?
I don't know, because for a bit, it was like he was just kind of like putting her in all his movies, even if it was just for a little bit.
Meet the Browns and The Family That Prays. That's both in 2008. And then these are all writing, directing, and acting, producing roles. He's doing 2 a year. He's doing like the double Woody Allen.
He's doing the Marvel thing.
God.
For the Perryverse.
Yeah, but he's doing everything. It's like if Kevin Feige was like, I'm going to do everything.
I'm going to direct it and write it and be Iron Man.
Yeah. That's wild. Then 2009, he's doing Medea Goes to Jail and I Can Do Bad All by Myself. But he's also in a Star Trek movie, and he, I guess, is the producer of Precious. 2010, Why Did I Get Married 2, so a sequel. And then For Colored Girls, and For Colored Girls is, I believe, the first time he works with Whoopi Goldberg. So that is a Janet Jackson, Loretta Devine, Kimberly Elise, and Tandy Way Newton.
When does he do The Butler? When are we getting to The Butler?
Fuck, you had to do it again. No!
What?
He doesn't do The Butler. That's
Yeah,
Lee
he does,
Daniels.
doesn't he?
That's Lee
Ah, damn it. You said I did it again? Have I done this before?
Daniels. He just make a lot of mistakes with people.
Did Oprah do the Butler too, or is it just Lee Daniels?
I believe Oprah is in The Butler, but I'm not 100% certain. I know Robin Williams is in it.
I know he's in it, but like, wasn't Oprah a producer of it of some sort too? Maybe just executive?
She is in The Butler. She did not produce it, but she's in The Butler. She is second billed in The Butler. What a cat.
I know. Most of those people, though, are in it for 2 minutes.
Forrest Whitaker, Oprah Winfrey, Mariah Carey, John Cusack, Jane Fonda, Cuba Gooding Jr., Terrence Howard, Lenny Kravitz, James Marsden, Alan Rickman, like Robin Williams.
Yeah, most of those people play the various presidents and politicians.
Wait, how long is this guy a butler for?
Decades.
Wow, okay.
He saw many, many presidents. John Cusack plays Nixon.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't a great...
Okay. Just going right back to Tyler Perry now. Okay, you got... He slows down in 2011.
We're only in 2011? You gotta pick this up. We gotta go. We gotta talk Oscars. You gotta go.
He slows down in 2011 with Medea's Big Happy Family because he's probably working on his Alex Cross movie that he does not write, direct, or produce, but he stars in.
I don't know what that is.
Alex Cross. Remember Morgan Freeman in the early 2000s? He made these movies called Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. I watched one of them yesterday.
I remember Along Came a Spider.
Cross. The wrong Alex Cross movie is what I watched. It wasn't a good one. Okay. Oh, he's starting to slow down in the 2010s because I mean we got some Christmas movies, then we got some Boo movies, we got some Medea funeral movies, and then he picks it back up. It looks like he's directing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more movies in the next 2 years.
Jesus, how does he sleep?
I don't know. Because he's doing TV as well.
Because he's doing them all in 10 days. That's how. He just fucking craps them out.
I mean, if you can do it.
Set up his little Roger Corman studio in Atlanta, and he's just going to town.
Yeah, I mean, the movie wasn't bad. It was pretty competent.
I tell you, in 20 years, we're going to have this thing where we can trace all these big notable directors back to Tyler Perry.
That'd be cool.
Everything's going back to Tyler Perry. They're like, oh yeah, he worked on Medea's Boo. He was like an assistant director, and now he's an Academy Award-winning directing guy.
Do you think so?
I think it could. I think this is going to be like this is the new Corman. I think this is it. It's all going back to Tyler Perry.
All right, you want Oscars? You said Oscars?
Yeah, we'll go Oscars. So, listen, I haven't seen the full list. Give me some big shocks and some big hopefuls.
Hold on. Let me get the whole.
Say best picture for the end, but it sounds like Barbie didn't get as many things as people were expecting.
It got 8 nominations. Just because it didn't get director and actress, they're freaking out. That's the whole thing. That's the whole controversy.
I think that's probably fine for me. So it did get best picture though.
Yeah.
What are you people bitching about? I don't understand.
It got adapted screenplay too.
That counts as adapted?
Don't start this.
All right.
You are like a month or two behind on this like controversy.
All right, let's do. Who are the actresses? Who pushed out Margot Robbie?
Let's see. Annette Bening for Nyad.
What the F is that?
I just wanted to say that one first.
Nyad. Like the river nymph?
Well, it's let me tell you what Nyad is. Nyad is on Netflix.
That's why I've never heard of it.
It's about a swimmer. Her name is Diana.
It is a river nymph. I was right.
Her name is Diana Nyad.
Oh, well, it could be both.
It could be. It also stars Jodie Foster, who's also nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
In Nyad?
Yeah, Nyad.
How people watch this movie? I've never heard of this movie. I've never heard an inkling of this movie.
It's been on Netflix since like November.
At least I've heard of May, December. I've just never heard of Nyad.
Did you watch that yet? Please watch that.
I want to watch it. I'm really excited.
It didn't get nominations, if any, but watch it. It's
All right.
good.
Well, who are the other actresses?
Actresses. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay, makes sense.
Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall.
Who was also in Zone of Interest.
She is.
Could have been nominated for that, too.
Wow. Carey Mulligan for Maestro. Emma Stone for Poor Things.
I totally see why she was not nominated. Like, I mean, I don't know Nyad, but
Yeah.
Annette Bening, just a good actress, we all know. And that's not like it. Listen, Barbie's a fine movie. It is not an actor's showpiece, right?
No, not really.
There's not a lot of emotional vicissitudes, and also it's a very broad style of comedic acting. So
Yeah, so let me
shouldn't
just
be
get
surprised.
to the Best Supporting Actress. America Ferrera for Barbie.
What?
I just need to get...
She wasn't even that great in it. And I like her. I'm a fan. And
I mean, me too.
she has
but
this big
yeah,
bad monologue in there that...
It's a tough monologue.
All right, go on.
Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple.
She was the Sophie?
Sophia, yep.
Totally buy it.
Jodie Foster for Nyad.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a swimming movie.
I know. I'll watch it.
Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. The heavy favorite. She is very
She was the
tapped
maid
in
lady?
to win. Yes. No. I mean, she's like the cook. Right?
The cooking.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like she was in that a lot, though. Is that like an Alan Arkin thing, kind of?
No, I mean, I just watched it. She's in a good enough
She's in it more
amount.
than I remember her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's really good in it. It's just she's been like tapped to win it since the beginning of the season.
I wouldn't even be upset if she won. It just
No.
is.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, really? I don't remember it. It's like Alan Arkin. I don't remember them in it very much.
She's got a great scene at the Christmas party from when they go to the girl from The Good Wife.
Oh, yeah. Carrie Preston. So was Ryan Gosling nominated?
Well, okay, let's jump over to Best Supporting Actor. Ryan Gosling for Barbie.
What? Well, okay, now I get a little bit why they're mad about Margot Robbie. Because she
Yeah.
nominated other people I wouldn't have bothered nominating.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. Go on.
Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. The also heavy favorite. Very favorite. Yep. Robert De Niro for A Killer of the Flower Moon. Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction. Have you seen American Fiction yet?
No, I'm on tap for that this weekend.
Oh, good. I'm trying to see that tomorrow, hopefully. And then let's go just to Best Actor.
Hold on. So you think Lily Gladstone not the favorite to win, or she? Oh no, right. That was a different category. That was lead actress, right?
That's lead actress, and Lily Gladstone is favorite, but it's also like she's favorite to win like 50-50 with Emma Stone right now.
I just feel like she's the story, right?
Yes.
Like this woman that was about to quit acting,
Oh.
and then Martin Scorsese calls her up.
Uh-huh.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like that's the thing that kind of the Oscar voters really love to celebrate.
It's a good narrative.
Yeah, and Emma Stone's probably kicking around for another 3 decades or whatever. She'll get one.
She's doing another Yorgos Lanthimos movie this year.
Yeah, it's funny. All right, so what were we just doing? The actors?
Yeah, we just now have Best Actor.
We did supporting actor. Now it's actor.
Yes. Bradley Cooper for Maestro.
Wait. He's the best supporting actor, Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
But Lily Gladstone's not supporting actress.
Okay, don't start this. This is also like you're like so far back on this.
Ah, go on.
Coleman Domingo for Rustin. Have you heard of Rustin?
Not for Color Purple.
No.
What the fuck is Rustin?
Rustin is a Netflix movie.
Well, okay, all right. That should just be my go-to. If I haven't heard of it, it must be a Netflix movie.
I like Coleman Domingo a lot, but I don't know about Rustin. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard no one talk about it except for him.
Rustin and Nyad are movies we'll have to check out, I guess.
Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction.
A movie I'll have an opinion on soon.
Me too, hopefully. Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. I really want Paul.
Is Oppenheimer going to be like this year's King's Speech to me? Am I just going to be super mad when it wins everything?
Probably. It's going
I don't
to
want
win
to compare it
everything.
to Green Book, because Green Book certainly didn't deserve it. King's Speech I don't like, but I don't want to be like it didn't deserve it. But also...
I mean, it didn't deserve it over The Social Network. So.
Or I guess let me rephrase it. Is the Green Book didn't deserve to be nominated for like anything.
No, I agree.
But at least King's Speech... Like, I could see why it's in the running. I don't think it should have won. To say not deserve is a bit strong. Oppenheimer should be, like, hanging around in the running, I guess. It just feels like it's like a heavy favorite now.
Everyone loves that movie, and it made so much money.
We have the better Oppenheimer. We have Godzilla Minus One. What do you people want?
I know, but Christopher Nolan... He's overdue now. He's going to take it.
I don't know. No. He's gonna make more movies. Fucking wait.
I know he's going to make more movies, but they feel like, hey, this movie is like a crowning achievement. He left his big studio that he's been at forever. No, it's so true. The movie he wanted to put out during the pandemic. They remember the whole controversy of that.
Yeah. I mean, the backstory I'm sure is all true. The word crowning achievement, I just think, meh.
It's a 3-hour talky, barely any action in this movie, and the movie made $1 billion.
Yes, thank you, Barbie. I hope Greta Gerwig gets to come up on stage too when you win Best Picture.
I mean, people still had to see the movie.
Yes, but like, how much?
I know.
How much do they see it? Right? That's just my thought. Like, it became this cultural film thanks to Greta Gerwig.
You really think it's only her? It's not the name of Christopher Nolan either. I think Nolan has a big part to do with it too. I don't think this movie makes
$1 billion without Greta Gerwig. No,
he knew to style the pork pie hat on him.
I want
big
that
coat.
fucking hat. I want this cool ass hat. This is just not. Just not a Best Picture.
He knew what he was doing. No, I know. I don't think it was Best Picture either, but I think he knew what he was doing too, because you can design a Barbie and you can also design an Oppenheimer now. There was photo booths for both at the theaters this summer. There wasn't just a Barbie photo booth. People were sitting.
I know, but I think there was buzz for Oppenheimer because it was coming out on the same day.
Yeah, well, it was a big
I do. And I think
it was so wild.
If Barbie's not coming out until December and Oppenheimer's coming out in July, I think it's a different. Or you switch them. If Oppenheimer's coming out in December, I think people are feeling a lot differently about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the Barbenheimer was really important to the momentum of Oppenheimer.
And also, Nolan knows that July summer date is his. He's doesn't go away from it ever. He always stays on that July date. Yeah. Do you want to hear some screenplays?
Well, which one? Are we doing regular or adapted?
Let's do adapted first.
Okay.
Because I told you Barbie's one of them. Barbie, Greta Gerwig, and Noah
One
Baumbach.
is not one of them.
No.
Which is annoying, but go on.
American Fiction, Cord Jefferson. Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan. Poor Things, Tony McNamara. And The Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer.
Let me tell you about the real Zone of Interest, which was the 3-foot square around my chair. Because that movie was awesome! I was hooked the whole time.
That's good.
That movie was crazy good. I left and almost wanted to go and see it again.
I want to see it really bad.
I was like, wow, holy shit. What a well done thing. Is that the Under the Skin guy?
Yes.
That one I think should win and certainly won't.
it's not playing. Well, it's nominated for like 5 awards.
I know. I was talking to this about Lawrence because he's also a fan of it. It's Best Picture, right?
Yes.
My fear is that, like, if this was still 5 movies you only got to pick, it just would have not gotten that, and then all, like, the down voting wouldn't have been able to happen either.
Zone of Interest, I believe, is nominated for Best Picture, Best International Feature, Best Director, and
Really? Best Director?
Best Adapted.
Should be Best Sound, too.
I think it's also one of them.
Sound is probably the most important thing of the movie.
Yes, Best Sound. It's going against Oppenheimer, Maestro, The Creator, and Mission Impossible.
Yeah, really? Oppenheimer for, like, the one scene? 2 scenes? Maybe the screenplay's the one they give to Barbie to shut everybody up?
Noah Baumbach's first Oscar.
All right, what's regular screenplay?
Best Original Screenplay. Anatomy of a Fall, Justin Triet and Arthur Harari. The Holdovers, David Hemmingson. Maestro, Bradley Cooper, Josh Singer. May December, Sammy Birch. Past Lives, Celine Song. You didn't see Past Lives, did you?
No, that's back in the theaters too, but they're only showing it at like 10 o'clock at night.
That's a very late show.
It's really annoying, which I'm not most upset about because, again, it looks super boring, but I will now try to go and see it. What was the first one you read?
Anatomy of a Fall.
I'm surprised that 2 foreign films are getting a lot of push. Usually there's like the one obligatory one that sneaks in. I'm surprised we got 2 this year.
The Academy is more international.
Yeah, when did this happen? I'm still bitten by the Green Book thing, so I'm really cynical still.
Yes.
I'm very impressed, though. All right, so let's go director, I guess.
Director, where are you? Justine Triet, Anatomy of a Fall. Martin Scorsese, Killer of the Flower Moon. Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. Jonathan Glazer, Zone of Interest.
So who are people want to kick out? Like, who do they want to put Greta Gerwig in for?
That's the thing.
Do you guys understand why she didn't make it? Like that I'm not surprised at that list at all. I
really need to see Zone of Interest.
Yeah, that's the one I know for certain you can't take out. Like he's over directing in that movie. Well, let me rephrase that. He's working really hard to make you think he's not doing anything at all. It's very impressive.
Very excited to see that.
And Best Picture, what?
American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. I mean, out of the ones I've seen, Maestro's pretty good. It's not very.
That's the one I'm looking at. I'm like, all right, take that out, put in Godzilla Minus One, and I think we got ourselves a good slate.
You got a really interesting slate there.
Whatever. If you could put Lord of the Rings in there.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
you could put Godzilla Minus One in there.
Yeah, the little movie that could.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. And they started realizing it too. Maybe it was too late in the voting, but man, that script alone is just so tight. Like that is a script screenwriters should all be studying. All the screenwriting students should be looking at that script. I mean, like, how do we trim down any ounces of fat? How do we use every part of the buffalo? That is that script.
Oppenheimer has
way better than the Oppenheimer
nominations.
Script.
It has 13 nominations this year.
I'm so
Scorsese has another 10 nominations for his movie, and just like for The Irishman, I think. I hope not. I hope he gets at least a couple. It always happens to him. He gets nominated so many times, then nothing.
It's just because they're like, yeah, just nominate the Scorsese thing.
Ugh, terrible. That movie's incredible.
Do you like it more than Oppenheimer?
Oh, much more.
I think I do too.
I just think there's just.
I was very medium on Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I want to rewatch it, but I've only seen it that once last summer. But I've just been thinking about Killers of the Flower Moon a lot more.
There's not much to think about with the Oppenheimer. Like they don't offer you a lot, and the thing that they offer you are very surface level. Like, oh yeah, it wasn't a good idea that we invented the atomic bomb. We're not idiots, and the people that you affected, you don't even really show. At least Godzilla Minus One, like you're in it. You're in Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Right, like that's a good way to be contrite about the invention of the atomic bomb. And I guess the movie's really trying to look at like the military complex that allowed for the creation of it, utilizing our talents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it does that in a very interesting way. It's a very procedural kind of film. And then you threw in this Robert Downey thing for, I don't know. Maybe somebody's going to come, maybe like Braden Schluter I know likes it. He's been on the show a few times. Maybe he's going to come in and be like, here's why Oppenheimer is the best picture thing.
A lot of people love it.
I don't get it. But this happens every year, right?
Yeah, but...
Every year there's a movie everybody loves and I go like, why are we doing this? Why are we bothering? Zone of interest, guys. It's over here.
Yeah.
What are the 10? Give me the 10 again.
Let me see if I can do it off the top of my head. American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest.
Yeah, I've only seen 8 of them. Probably Zone of Interest this year's Tar. Though I got Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, I got the appeal. I got why.
Did you not like Anatomy of a Fall?
I did like it. I liked that too, yeah.
Yeah.
And that might have been the one I'd leaned toward. I wasn't, like, blown away by it, but I did enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have leaned to it if I hadn't just seen Zone of Interest.
Out of the ones I've seen, my 1, 2, 3, Killers of the Flower Moon, Holdovers, Anatomy of a Fall. I really like Holdovers.
I know. I bet that wins a bunch of acting things and maybe the screenplay one.
Oh, give it to Paul.
Didn't they already have one? Did he get it for Sideways?
No, he didn't get snubbed. We don't say snub.
Because he got nominated, but he just didn't win it?
No, he didn't get nominated at all.
Oh, he didn't? Really?
No, he got nominated the next year for Cinderella Man, and that was a supporting actor, and that's the only time he's been nominated, apparently.
I bet he wins then.
Yeah. Because everyone's also saying Cillian Murphy too, and I'm like, he's 10 years younger.
Okay, I've wrapped my head around the Barbie adapted thing, and I go, all right, I get it. I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
But the Ryan Gosling thing it's almost like they fucking jury rigged it to get him a nomination, right? It feels like they chose to look at it in the less crowded field to sneak him in for some reason.
He really popped in that movie last year. Do you not remember how he became like a huge meme sensation and everything?
But he is the male lead of the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He has the second most lines in the goddamn movie.
Yes. Also, the A plot Barbie, B plot Ken. Like it's not like he's C or D plot.
The actual male lead. The male lead. The male lead. The male lead. Everybody, are you listening? It's not an ensemble piece. This isn't Modern Family. It's a male lead. I think there was some tampering. I think
it's weird because it's kind of the only real competition for Downey Jr. I feel like in Oppenheimer because he's the one that
I wouldn't because
he's been winning every single race in every critic circle and everything. It's more of a supporting role.
Oh, that's definitely supporting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he's not the one head male guy in the movie.
Yeah.
Who's the head male guy in Barbie? Who is it? Is this like a protest thing? You're like, it's no head male guy. Yes, there is, you idiots.
Well, Will Ferrell is the head of the Mattel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. I look forward to him in Lena Dunham's Polly Pocket movie or whatever.
Oh, no. Is that really happening? Are we really doing that? God.
All right, let's go back to... We'll check in again after the Oscars as we do every year, but let's go back to Nobody's Fool because we're running a bit long here.
Yes, Nobody's Fool.
Any last thing you want to talk about the movie before we go to last looks?
No, it was fine. I want a real Medea movie for my first Tyler Perry. You know, that's what I should have started with.
I wanted more Whoopi and more Tiffany.
More Whoopi. Yes.
I wanted more of them. I think if you had done the sister thing the whole way through, I think you could have had a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's not something we haven't seen before, but you put it on those rails and you got yourself a fun movie. Mm-hmm. Utilize Tiffany Haddish appropriately. Though I admit in her first 5 minutes on screen, I go all right, reel it in, Tiffany. I need a...
Yeah, I know.
And I like you, Tiffany, but this is a little... This is, even for me, this is much. But they're like, no, not all the way, Tiffany. I need you in the movie.
10 days, though. Can you remember that? 10 days?
thinking back to some of the directing choices, I get it, because they kind of did like just move through scenes. They're like, all right, your angle, we're out.
A $19 million budget.
That's exactly what I want that movie to be made for. $10 to $20 million. You nailed it. Good work.
He's a pro.
It's crazy that despite $20 million, you still had to do it all in 10 days.
This is Tiffany Haddish, though, a year after Girls Trip. So she's a big star right now.
Is she busy? Sure. But also, you don't have her in there that much. You could have had extra production for other things.
Mm-hmm.
The Catfish thing, really, I don't know. Him being real at the end and having like this crazy... I'm like, but you're already... like, how do you love somebody you never met? I just don't get it. That I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, you know who's going to feel bad watching this movie?
Who?
The filmmakers behind the original film, Catfish. They're like, wow, the cultural impact of our title has far outlived our movie itself.
I forgot about Catfish, the movie.
I know. That's where it all came from, right?
What year was that? Can you remember that?
It was like the mid-2010s, wasn't it?
2010 on the nugget.
Oh, 2010 even. Oh, I was off then.
Oh, wait a minute. That director of Catfish made a few Paranormal Activities. Did you know that? Yeah, 3 and 4. He did Catfish in 2010, Paranormal Activity 3 right after Catfish, and then right after the 3, he did 4. He also directed that movie Nerve. This is actually a two people, Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman.
Movie needed 2 directors, huh?
Yeah. Also, Project Power, a Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie.
Nope.
That came out during the pandemic on Netflix.
2 great reasons why I don't know this movie exists.
I really don't remember anything about that movie.
All right, what are your last looks on Nobody's Fools?
You are absolutely right. That Whoopi Goldberg scene where she's pretending to not be able to
she
hear,
can't hear
Tiffany Haddish. Yeah. I can't hear you.
And Tiffany Haddish there playing the straight woman, and it's working.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's impressive.
They played mother-daughter very well. Good chemistry.
My last looks, why does Whoopi Goldberg do this movie? I guess she has a rapport with Tyler Perry, and she didn't have to do that much.
No.
It was good seeing Whoopi back in like a comedy role.
Yes, definitely.
And letting her be silly in it. She was in Made in America, but she wasn't really being funny in that movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right, like it just felt like the last couple things and obviously she's not being silly in The Color Purple for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Felt like as we were leaving Whoopi Goldberg and Rat Race, she didn't really have jokes.
No.
Right, that was what we complained about. So like it felt like as we were finishing off this season, we weren't getting funny Whoopi. We got funny Whoopi.
We did.
Whoopi could still be funny. That's good to know. In the year of our Lord 2018, Whoopi Goldberg still can be funny.
Also, bring back her Whoopi show.
Bring back Whoopi. Is she doing The View at this time? Is that why they don't have a lot of time with Whoopi?
She's definitely doing The View.
We probably should have known going in there we weren't getting all that much Whoopi.
All right. Well, that's the end of Whoopi.
All right. Well, we're not going to do kind of the big post-mortem that we do often because we've only done 12 movies. She's got a 400 still to go we haven't looked at. So we're not going to kind of rank things or go on from there. But I think my favorite was Boys on the Side.
Oh,
my least
wow.
favorite was Theodore Rex.
Yeah. What was my favorite? I really liked Ghost. And my least favorite was definitely Theodore Rex.
Theodore Rex is probably everybody's least favorite.
It was awful. And it was so short. It was still awful. It was such a miserable experience.
So we'll probably come back. If Whoopi's in like a new movie and it's a big deal, we might do a bonus episode. But other than that, we're looking at like other thematic Hangin Tens to do with Whoopi, years down the line. She's still on our mind, so don't worry there. Next week, new season. New movie star to follow. We're doing something a little different here as well, but we're excited for what's to come, right, Joe?
Very excited. Very, very
So stay
excited.
tuned for that. We'll have some announcements on that soon. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in for these Hangin 10/12. We hope that you'll stick in for many seasons to come. All right, I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for minding those audio boards and keeping us sound slippery smooth. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Apple Max. The more I think back to that little thing he had me read, I do kind of hope it's a food. But also, I don't want there to be a I don't know. All right, I'd like to thank Joe Vekeman for stopping by.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And I am your host, Patrick Scale. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com and social media, presumably with a similar sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
If you're trying to turn me into someone else, it's easy to see I'm not down with that. And I'm nobody's fool. If you're trying to turn me into something else, I've seen it enough and I'm over that. I'm not nobody's fool.
Let's go over who is in the class.
John Barenthal.
Yep, that's one of 8. But when I say the guy from the class, I could also mean John Ritter's son,
Jason Ritter.
Jason Ritter.
Yeah, I know Jason.
Guy from the class and from 4 episodes of The Event.
The Event. I remember that show.
And from that movie directed by that bald guy from Men in Black 2.
Say that again.
He was in the movie directed by that bald guy from Men in Black 2. What's that guy's name? The bald guy.
From Men in Black 2?
He's in Men in Black 2.
You talking about David Cross?
David Cross, yes.
Yeah. I guess he's bald. He's got like the
What was
horseshoe.
that movie he directed?
What movie?
Movie directed
David Cross?
was like a, yeah, what was that movie?
Jeez, I don't
What was it
know.
called?
David
I was
Cross
trying to think of it.
directed.
Came out in like the middle of last decade, and it was about like this woman who goes viral. Right, she like, and like the guy from Veep is in it, and he like is like fighting against the city government, and everybody's on his side, and then it turns out he's like a big racist.
Wait, he directed this?
Yeah, didn't he?
Hits?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That's the one. I've never seen it. A small
really?
town in upstate New York plays host to its inhabitants' delusions of grandeur.
It's not a great summary. But yeah, he was in that movie too for, 10 minutes.
Oh.
All right, but if I also say the guy from the class, I could also mean the redheaded guy from Modern Family. Remember that guy?
Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him right now.
Oh, you are? Okay. And there's one other guy from the class, and I could also mean Sean McGuire.
Sean McGuire. Who's that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know.
Are these guys really in their like late 40s now? This guy's 47 years old.
Show's 18 years old.
Wow.
Now, if I say the woman from the class, I could mean that lady who's in a million canceled sitcoms, Andrea Anders.
Yep.
I have watched and usually enjoyed many a sitcom that she's been in.
Not Joey, though, right? Oh, Better Off Ted?
Better Off Ted, and
The Class.
Mr. Sunshine,
Mr.
and
Sunshine.
The Class, and there were more.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Those are the ones. Yeah, she was even in The Good Wife sometimes. That wasn't canceled, though, because it wasn't a sitcom. I've enjoyed watching her in many canceled things. I could also mean Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, is she the... It's probably like a toss-up between... yeah, Barenthal and Kaplan, right? For who got the...
Those are probably the people.
movie star? I mean, Jesse Tyler Ferguson was the big TV star.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's just John Bernthal's in like everything. Like, if you didn't watch Modern
He
Family,
is.
you could have missed
Yeah.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson. But John Bernthal's just like across genres and movies, and Lizzie Kaplan's kept herself busy too. I think most people would know them. You may also remember Lucy Punch. You might not.
No, I don't know any of these people.
I saw her in like 5 seconds in like a Simon Pegg movie once, and I was like, the girl from the class. And they're like, Patrick, shut up. We don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see, she's been in Bad Teacher. Have you seen Bad Teacher?
No, I haven't. I kind of watched. They had a TV show about it. It had like 2 episodes. I watched that, but I don't think I've watched the Cameron Diaz movie.
They had a TV show about it.
That was like not even really about it. It just like used the name, but they were like, yeah, we're not really like the movie, but we're using the name brand of the movie and saying we're based off the movie, but we're not.
This is such an odd era of time, though. If like when like people go to look back at it, because like, there was like an 8-year run where they just started remaking like really C-tier like movies from the 90s and the 80s. They just did they're doing a TV show of they just did a TV show for something, and I'm like, that movie? Is it Fatal Attraction? How do you do a TV show of Fatal Attraction?
Well, you probably do a limited series, because that's what's in now. And then each season's a different attraction that's fatal.
Is it still in, though? The Ryan Murphy way of it.
And then lastly, the woman from School of Rock that started this all, Heather Goldenhirsch. She was in 2 seconds of School of Rock, but I caught her.
Yeah.
And I was like, hooray! And then she didn't come back, and I went,
Oh my god. She was in the 2004 Merchant of Venice that stars Al Pacino.
Well, someday if we do an Al Pacino season, I look forward to watching her in that.
Yeah, that looks crazy. It's just it's 2004 like Pacino. It's not like 70s Pacino.
Yes, I would have assumed that based on her being in it.
Yeah. But like it looks like Jack and Jill Pacino. And
I know when Jack and Jill came out, and I know when 2004 is. I'm well aware of all this.
Well, Jack and Jill came out in 2011.
I know when it came out, and I know what 2004 is. I know where they are relative to the timeline.
I haven't seen the Merchant of Venice.
Yeah, I haven't either. But now I might, now that I know there's somebody from the class in it.
As I think I've been telling you, I've been wanting to reclaim the Jack and Jill idea of it being a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It makes me laugh a lot. But that 2004 Pacino, like, he had some stinkers. And we're talking like the Colin Farrell movie, The Recruit. Do you remember The Recruit? Do you remember Two for the Money with Matthew McConaughey? Those were two movies I definitely saw in the theater with my dad. And I was like, who's this Pacino guy? You
know, Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson still get credited as executive producers on True Detective.
On True Detective, they do, yes.
Good deal they got out of that.
Great deal. Fantastic one.
And it's not even...
Not like they need it, really.
I wasn't able to finish it, but I started like the first 5 minutes of it, and I got to it like right after the credits, opening credits. They're like based on True Detective, but then they're just called True Detective anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck is this weird roundabout thing we're doing?
We're in Night Country era.
You called it True Detective Night Country, and you're like, based on this show, created by this lady, and I go, what? Just say she made the season. I don't know what. She's the head writer of it. Whatever, executive producer. Like, what is this weird loop-de-loop thing you're doing?
I believe I've listened to a few interviews where she was just like, she had her own idea, and then they're like, how about we just throw some True Detectiveness on it, just like the Cloverfield thing. Like, put a little bit of like what they thought would be lore from the first season with the spirals and everything. Whatever, man. Whatever makes your show.
The whole thing that it was the
on.
Anthology thing? Why does it just has to be a detective thing? That's all it has to be. The end.
I thought it had to be at least two detectives that were kind of had some push back against each other on their morality.
Anyway, I look forward to enjoying 7 episodes of that and being highly disappointed by the 8th.
I think there's only 6.
What?
I think it's short.
Well, I don't know then how that will work. Will I enjoy 5, or will they just all 6 be good because you haven't gotten to the 8th one?
I don't know. I only see 6, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still airing, so who knows what the rules are.
The rules? There are no rules anymore.
It's Godzilla Minus One.
Minus color? Did you enjoyed it more or less?
The few people
or
in the
same?
theater that was there Monday afternoon with me at 2:00 also enjoyed it.
The fact that there's still people in the theater for a movie that came out
before or during when the movie came out. The only movies I could find that were in the theater from its run were the ones that came out on Christmas Day. Aquaman had 1 showtime. Wonka had like 4 showtimes. Migration had 3.
All these movies are on streaming right now.
Godzilla Minus One had 6.
That was not on streaming.
9th week of release.
Not on streaming.
9 weeks. Yeah, well, there you go. That sounds like a good plan, you idiot studios.
It got a re-release while it was in release.
Yeah, some. I wish it had. They're very adamant that today, the day of our recording, February 1st, will be the last day it's in theaters. They're very adamant. They're like, no, this time we mean it, guys. We're sorry.
They're leaving money on the table. That's great.
I wish it had like lingered a little longer. I really wanted to like go to the movie one day and be like, I'm gonna watch Godzilla X Kong and then chase it with another viewing of Godzilla Minus One to get
so
all that out of
close.
my throat.
I believe
know,
like a
it's
month
like
away.
right there. The good news is it's so fresh in people's minds, and we'll have hopefully just won an Academy Award that when Godzilla X Kong comes out, people are gonna still remember how good that movie was and be like, "Wow, I didn't want this, you fucking idiots."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're still gonna make them, so it's like whatever. As long as they make a Godzilla Minus One a little more often.
I had hope, Joe, because they had started showing Godzilla Minus One.
Oh wow!
Right, and they had like all the big producers there, like Jason Blum and Kathleen Kennedy. They were there, and I was like, "Oh, this is hope that they're gonna like watch it and be like, wow, we could do like they're gonna learn. Is this the dream? Is this secretly the movie Martin Scorsese was foretelling all of us? The movie that would save cinema? Is it this one?" But then a friend of mine who had, I won't say his name, but he had worked on the new Captain America film, which I was surprised they were making because I thought he was dead. But he was on that, and they would have meetings like once a week, every other week, where all kind of people would come together and they would talk about movies that they'd enjoyed, so like they could get inspired and stuff, you know. Somebody brought up Godzilla Minus One, and all the big honchos were like, "Nah, we didn't much care for it." And we'd be like, what? And they'd be like, yeah, you could kind of tell sometimes it was like a model and it wasn't a real thing. And I go, that's the takeaway you got from the stupid movie? They didn't like the special effects, which, by the way, are better than yours. Like, I could tell Iron Man flying around is not a real person. I could tell he's a computer guy. Well, and people are still watching your stupid movie.
What?
Shut the fuck up, you assholes. Yeah, they're like the special effects. The Academy Award nominated special effects. They didn't like them. And also, that wasn't the point of the fucking movie anyway. Good lord. The special effects are like 20% of the stupid movie, you idiots. So then I was like super crushed. But now this week, Jason Blum's going around. He's like, I'm trying to hire the director. And I go, okay, maybe some pros and cons.
Yeah.
But if they're like, do you want to direct Godzilla X Kong 2? I'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. For like the big superpower in like Hollywood that Jason Blum is, I think he's one of the okay ones.
I just don't want this to be a thing like Jason Blum. The director comes over here, he tries to do some project in America, and then he like leaves after making like an overly compromised thing he didn't really like at the end of it, where he's like, yeah, I can see why you guys can't make good movies over there. That system sucks.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because Jason Blum's like, you need $3 million? Sure, whatever. you
want to make
3
a
weeks
movie about a
there?
haunted refrigerator, Godzilla director?
Maybe just made a haunted pool movie. I mean, whatever.
I know, it's so stupid. I'm just trying to think of what... You want to make a movie about a spooky tea kettle? Ooh, it predicts the future. Ooh.
Oh, hey, you're stumbling on something.
Yeah, well, boom, done. I made a Blumhouse movie. You're welcome, America.
85 minutes. There you go.
You want about a table that's murderous because it was once owned by a Nazi. Ooh, spooky.
Oh.
You know, I also watched Zone of Interest this week, and then when I left, I heard the music from Godzilla, so then I just kind of walked over into that theater, and I watched about 10 minutes of that movie again.
Was that a good chaser for Zone of Interest?
I didn't watch all of it. I watched the midpoint scene where he's like destroying Ginza, which is also the scene I watched in my accidental first partial viewing of the movie. So I've watched that.
Yeah.
I've watched that scene in particular now like 13 times. But it's a good scene to watch over. I wanted to poke in and be like what's the crowd look like on a Tuesday night? And it was a lot bigger because it's half off Tuesday and it's the evening.
Yes,
people are in school or work. But then I just was hooked for 10 minutes. I'm like, no, I gotta go make dinner. I gotta go home. But it was hard to leave.
I'm so happy about this for you. I'm so happy you're having this moment.
I'm happy because listen,
it's very nice to see.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Marty. Killers of the Flower Moon is not the movie that's gonna save cinema. But
It's definitely
Godzilla Minus
not.
One might. Godzilla Minus One might. It's like if blockbusters aren't going to go away, I have to accept that, then just give me those. Give me Godzilla Minus Ones for my blockbusters, please. If that's what I've got to live with for the rest of my life, just make those, and everybody wins. Everybody wins.
I think Marty is trying to not dwell on the idea of saving cinema, but also just trying to tell as many stories as he can while he can.
Yeah, that's fine. There's a way to do it. It's there.